Hello everyone! In this video, I'm gonna show you how I sew and how I'm customizing my pointe shoes. So I use block bespoke, and as you can see there's my name underneath because they're made for my feet, so they're customized. So what we need is dental floss, a thicker thread with a thick needle, then rope, scissors, lighter, elastics, and ribbons. The first thing I do is the darning, which means I sew this part of the shoes so they can be more stable and last longer. That's why I need a rope. I like to do a big darning, but I know it's a little thick and some people prefer to do it thinner. What I do is I place the rope here in the corner and I try to follow the line of the pointe shoe and I start to sew it all around, and then I keep going. So once I get here, the pointe shoe should be already pretty stable. Let's check. Exactly. So as you can see, it's already stable, and now we go on and we finish the circle. Now I got to the end. So what I do is I try to overlap the two edges of the rope and I try to sew on top of it. Then I cut here and again over. I use a lighter and I burn this part of material so it kind of melts. So it glues here. Okay. This is the first one. Now I'm gonna sew again around, trying to fill the holes. So I start over. So once I get to the end, I sew opposite way. So from the top to the bottom. So when I make the little knot, it doesn't stay here on the top of the pointe shoes. That could be uncomfortable when I'm on pointe shoes. So twice. Okay, then I cut and I make a knot. Okay, after that I wanna make sure that everything is secure, so I take the dental floss and I sew this part to make it more secure and tighter. I do another knot. So that's it. The darning is done. As you can see, the shoe is perfectly stable. Don't say I cheat. And yeah, now we go on. So I take the elastic and put it back here on the outside. now I'm gonna measure the elastic and cut it. So I literally do this. Put the shoe and do like this. Exactly. And I cut. Here, I'll leave a little more space. Now I'm gonna do the other one. Now I'm gonna sew the ribbons. What I do is I sew them on the inside, but I put the ribbon underneath where the sewing mark is, let's say. Then I put this one on top. So everything together like this. I try to hold with my fingers and then I sew one on top of each other. The first point shoe is done. Now I do the other one. My point shoes are sewn. Now I do one last thing, which is putting some tape here so I don't get blisters. I use this kind of tape. So that's the result. As you can see, they're stable. I don't do anything else. I know some dancers cut the shank or smash them because since they're custom made, the shank inside it's already cut because again they're made for my feet. So I don't do anything else. Before using them, I just bend this part and then put some water here and smash them a little bit with my fingers, but I don't do anything else because they're ready to use. It takes around 45 minutes to 1 hour to sew them properly. I'm pretty fast because I learned how to do it quick, but still it's 45 minutes. So yeah, that's how I sew my point shoes. I hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know in the comments if this tutorial was useful for you, and also let me know if you want more tips on point shoes. Ciao, ciao!